What's up, family? Hey, I want to talk about how not to allow others to control who you are. Again, how not to allow others to control who you are. As a little kid, I went through a lot of traumatic things. A lot of traumatic things. And because of it, I grew up and became very controlling. Again, I became very controlling. I couldn't control those things that happened to me when I was a kid. But now, as a young man, I'm not allowing anyone to hurt me anymore. I'm not allowing anyone to just say anything or do anything. And because I felt like I didn't have any control, I took it to the extreme. How not to allow others to control you. I didn't realize that I had gone to the extreme. I just knew that I wasn't going to be hurt again. I just knew that I wasn't going to allow someone to dictate policy to me anymore. It wasn't happening. Not in my relationships, not in my career. You weren't going to just tell me anything. I didn't care about religion. I didn't care about preachers, teachers, anybody in a position of authority. You didn't have free reign over my life anymore. You couldn't just tell me anything and I was just going to accept it. I was rebellious towards everything. I didn't give a crap about politicians. I didn't give a crap about anybody in a position of authority. Because I felt like as a kid, I was controlled. Now, as a free person, as a young man, I wasn't going to let you control me at all. And I think this is one of the reasons why I didn't allow myself to drink so much. And I never did drugs. The worst thing I've ever did was smoke marijuana. And I drank occasionally, got drunk occasionally. But I've never had a DUI. I've never done any of that stuff. Because I didn't want anything to control me. I never wanted to be in a position or in a relationship where I felt that somebody was controlling me, manipulating me. And so anytime I thought somebody was manipulating me or controlling me, it was a wrap. I'm done. Kick rocks. And that was all eternal battles that I was going through. I didn't realize at the time that even though I didn't think I was allowing these people to control me, they were still controlling me. Just not directly. So often we think, young people grow up thinking that they're going to rebel against the state, rebel against religion, rebel against their parents and their family. Because they came from controlled environments to where now they were going to just be free. They were just going to be them. Not even realizing that they were still being controlled. So often we go through relationships and we've been hurt verbally, physically. And we finally get out of those relationships and we say that we're never going to put ourselves in that situation again. We're never going to let anybody hurt us. We're never going to let anybody control us or get that close to us. not realizing that that person is still subconsciously controlling you. They're no longer in your life physically, but they're still emotionally controlling how you live your life. You are still attached to them. There are still cords there, emotional cords there, that keep you bound to that individual. You just don't realize it. You think you're doing what you want to do. You think you're rebelling against everything. You think you're free. But the reality is, you're acting out based on that attachment, that emotional attachment, that memory to that situation, to that individual. How to not allow people to control you. You have to do the hard work of being able to sit down and understand why you do what you do. Why you truly do what you do. And it's not because you want to. And not because you think you're free. There's underlying motives, reasons why you do what you do. There's a reason why you don't trust people. There's a reason why you only allow certain people within your realm. There's a reason why you think the way you do. There's a reason why you feel the way you do. And it is only by going within the jungle of your mind and being open and honest and transparent and understanding how and why your actions, your thoughts, your feelings are the way that they are. Where does that originate at? Where does that connect? Most people don't ever take the time to do this type of deep thinking. Most people never take this time to do this type of reflecting or ever get this type of understanding. It is only by getting this type of understanding, it is only by getting this insight as to who you are and why you are the way you are, that you truly know who you are. I'm going to say that again because I know that went over a lot of your heads. It is only by getting this understanding of why you do what you do, why you feel the way you do, that you understand who you truly are. How do you not allow people to control you? Know who you are. That is the only way to free yourself, is to know who you are. See, so many of us will allow people to come into our lives and they'll want to argue, or they'll talk politics, or they'll talk religious stuff, and it pisses us off, and now we're outside of our character and we get on one. That person just controlled you. That person just manipulated you. That person just got you fired up. They're controlling you. But when you truly know who you are, you truly love who you are, and you can only really love who you are when you really know who you are. And once you get to that point, it's like, I don't really care what you think. I don't really care what you feel. And it's not that I'm not concerned about you, it's I'm not going to personalize it. It's not going to affect me. I'm not going to allow your feelings to affect who I am. I'm not going to allow your opinions on whatever the subject is to affect who I am. I'm not going to allow your chaos to rob me of my joy. I'm not going to surrender my joy. I'm not going to surrender my peace of mind just to deal with your issues or your opinions or your feelings. How not to allow people to control you. You have to know you. You have to know the real you. You have to accept and embrace the real you. Most of us aren't at that point. And that's why most of us live our lives as an emotional roller coaster and just all over the place. We could walk in a room and somebody could say something wrong or look at us wrong, and now we're on one. We're pissed off. We're insecure. We're hurt. Our feelings just got hurt because they didn't love my post, or they didn't like my post, or they didn't comment on my post, or they said something mean to me, or they didn't like the way I was dressed, or what I'm driving, or any of that other stupid superficial crap. How not to allow people to control you. How not to allow others to control you. You have to go within. You have to go within and find out and discover who you are. You have to. There's no other way around it. I don't care what your religious beliefs are. If you don't discover who you really are, and I'm not talking about what religious people tell you you are, I'm talking about who you really are. Because religious people can be some of the most self-righteous, most judgmental people in the world, and some of the most ignorant people in the world. And to each their own, I'm not knocking it. I'm just telling you, don't allow them to control you. Don't allow them to formulate your opinion of who you are. Don't base your identity on what they think or what they say. Because you're going to live a miserable, frustrated life if you do. Learn who you are. And when you learn who you are, you'll love who you are. And when you love who you are, you won't allow the opinions, the feelings of anyone. Anyone. I don't care if it's your spouse. I don't care if it's your kid. I don't care if it's your mama, your daddy, your siblings, your pastor, your teacher, your politician. You won't allow the opinions or feelings of anyone to mess up your identity or to rob you of the peace and joy that you have. I love you guys. Peace.